Rookie Larry Collins from Texas A&I down deep along with Keith Wright. Roy Gerela tees it up at the 35 on the grassy part of this field to our right. And he may be indicating to the official that he's having trouble getting the ball to stand up there. And the Browns, as we told you, in white jerseys, orange pants, orange helmets. Steelers, black on top, gold below, and black helmets. And the crowd is just buzzing right now. 83,000 plus, and they're still coming in. Kickoff will carry right to left. Gerela checks the wind. Here he comes. Roy Gerela kicks it, coming down relatively short. Keith Wright at the 8, over the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, and brought down beyond the 30-yard line. The tackle made by Tony Dungy. As they switch footballs and mark it now at the Browns' 31-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go. Now let's see who the running backs will be. Greg Pruitt in there. 5'10", 196-year veteran from Oklahoma. He makes things happen. Cleo Miller is the fullback, and they line up in a slot I. Slot man to the right side. Now they shift. Well, they shift out of the I, back into it, and out of it again. Now they send Pruitt in motion. Handing the ball off to Miller. And he's running to the left. Cannot turn the corner. Hauled down along the 30 by Loren Taves. Running to the left on a sweep. Trying to turn the corner. Taves got him. Blunt over to help contain him. And he is brought down behind the 31. So they lose a half yard on the play.
And the Browns gave the Steelers a lot of razzmatazz on the first play. Dwight White fired in there, was not able to make the tackle, got a piece of the shirt, but slowed down the runner. Good drive by Dwight White.
De Leon goes over the ball. They're in the I formation. Split a man to the left. Flank a man to the right. Split backs behind the quarterback. Now they bring the wide man from the right in motion. Handing it off to Pruitt. And he's running to the right, and he is nailed. Brought down by Jack Ham. Back at the 27.5-yard line. He could not turn the corner. Ham fired up from his left linebacker position. And he got him and nailed him. They're going to give him the 29-yard line. A very generous call. So that's a loss of 2 more yards. And it's going to be third down, 12.5 yards to go for the Cleveland Browns. As John Banaszak goes off the field. And Dirt Winston becomes a fourth linebacker in what they anticipate to be a passing situation. Dave Logan sets up to the left. They bring Reggie Rucker, the 6-year veteran from Oklahoma, to the right. They split their tight end, Ozzie Newsome, to the right. Back goes Sipe. Setting up, looking, he has time. Now running out of the pocket, coming to the right. Here's Sipe still looking, they're after him. They chase him back to the left. He's still got time. Now he's free, looking, throwing too high. And it's intercepted. Mel Blunt has it at the 45. He goes to the 40, the 35, the 30, the far side of the field, out over the 25, the 20, down to the 15. And he is brought down as Dave Logan got one hand on the football, tipped it into the air. Mel Blunt pulled it in at the 45-yard line. Angling right over the 40, went to the sideline, and on downfield to the 15-yard line where Doug Deacon brought him down.
You betcha. Mel Blunt breaking a tackle by Cleo Miller at the 40, picking up steam, heading down the sideline, breaking another tackle by Robert E. Jackson, and finally down at the 15. Steeler defense tough. Here goes the Steeler offense.
First down 10 at the 15. Crowd roaring. Slot on the right side is Blyer. They give it to Franco. Runs to the right, cuts back. Caught from behind as he went down to the 11-yard line. Play made by Charlie Hall. Mike St. Clair, Earl Edwards, Jerry Shirk, and Mac Mitchell in the front four. The linebackers, Charlie Hall, Dick Ambrose, and Gerald Irons, the former Oakland Raider. Clarence Scott on the left corner. Tom London on the right corner, a rookie from North Carolina State. Tony Peters and Tom Darden are the safeties. The ball is at the 11-yard line, second down 6, and the official comes in to look at the football, and they're going to switch balls now, even as Mike Webster was over the ball. The Steelers right to left. John Stallworth, wide receiver. Lynn Swan, wide receiver. John Kolb, Sam Davis, Mike Webster, Jerry Mullins, Ray Pinney in the interior line. Randy Grossman, the tight end. Strong right formation. To give to Blyer. Finds the opening over the right side. Puts his head down and bucks down to the 7-yard line. Rocky Blyer brought down by Charlie Hall, the 8-year veteran from Houston. Gerald Irons, the 9-year veteran from Maryland Eastern Shore. Spot the ball inside the 7, where it is going to be 3rd down, 1.5 yards to go.
And a crunching block by John Kolb, moving in on the linebacker, Dick Ambrose. Kolb flattened him, in went Rocky for the gain.
All right, we have the wideouts go to the sideline. Corson and Peterson are in. We have 2 tight ends. Mullins to the right. Peterson to the left. Now we bring our wingback in motion. Bradshaw rolls to the right. He's in trouble. He looks for help. He can't find it, and they ride him down. Short of the 5. He may have lost the football. It's loose down on the turf. The official goes down. Players scrambling for the ball. May be ruled a dead ball where he went down. They're looking at it. They were chasing the ball inside the 5-yard line. Going to have to mark it at the 5.5. And Jarrella comes on. Chuck Noll will not defy the percentages on 4th and less than 1 yard to go. He's going to bring Jarrella out there to try for a field goal to get points on the board at the start of this ball game. Holder is Craig Colquitt at the 13-yard line. A 23-yard attempt. The breezes here are tricky. Colquitt, the holder, at the goal to our left. Ball is down. Jarrella kicks it up there, long enough, high enough. It's good. Steelers take a 3-0 lead. We'll be right back.
Picked off a pass at the Browns' 47-yard line and took it down to the 15. A 3rd down play seemed gummed up as Bradshaw was nailed short of the sticks. Okay, the Steelers have the early lead, and here's Jack Fleming.
Jarrella will do it again, right to left. Teed up at the 35, and he kicks it low. Going to be hard to handle. Bounces off a man's hands back inside the 15. Scooped up at the 11. Larry Collins out over the 20, the 25, and he is brought down at the 27-yard line. Larry Collins on the return. Larry Anderson of the Steelers brings him down. And that was a low trajectory kick. You know it would be hard to handle. And he got it on the bounce and brought it back to the 26.5-yard line. Greg Pruitt, a running back. Cleo Miller, a running back. The wideouts, Dave Logan and Reggie Rucker. The tight end, Ozzie Newsome. Cleveland moving left to right. Pittsburgh lines up in a regular 4-3. The 4-down lineman pulling Ham up on the left side. Plug the gap in the middle with Lambert. Cleveland with a man in motion to the left. It's Rucker. The handoff is given to Cleo Miller, and he plows into the middle, and he gets to the 30-yard line. Cleo Miller stopped by Jack Lambert, the ace middle linebacker of the Steelers. 6'4", 225-year veteran from Kent State, loves to play in Cleveland.
And Dwight White again penetrating well and did manage to get a piece of the ball carrier and trip him up, cause him to stumble into Lambert. So, okay, it's just short yardage, 2nd down and 7 for the Browns.
Here they are out of the huddle, and the white jerseys up over the ball. Strong right formation to the near side, and they flank Reggie Rucker in this direction. Now they're doing that maneuvering in the backfield. They're in a wide set now in the backfield. Rucker in short motion to the left, and a handoff to Cleo Miller trying to get outside of the left. He's going to make it along the 30. Then he is attacked and brought down by Mike Wagner. Wagner firing up there. Caught him as he crossed the 30-yard line and brought him down at the 31-yard line. And Wagner, the 8-year veteran from Western Illinois, coming up there like a bullet. They appear to be fired up. And just as he turned the corner, got him at the 31-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down, 5.5 yards to go. They've got to take the ball from the 31 to the 36.5 for a 1st down. Calvin Hill, the veteran, replaces Greg Pruitt. Hill, 9th year from Yale, rookie of the year in his 1st season. Taves out. Tony Dungy in as an extra defensive back for the Steelers. Cleveland in the I formation, now shifting Calvin off to the left side from the I. Sipe. Play action fake, back looking, throwing to the far side, caught at the sideline by Calvin Hill, and he goes out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Cleveland has picked up a 1st down. Jack Lambert made the stop. So he flared to the sideline, took the pass, and Cleveland has a 1st down.
And that is really the first play that has been successful against the Steeler defense. It's a defense that has given up only 63 points in 6 games. That makes the Steelers the stingiest defense in the entire National Football League.
Calvin Hill getting his 7th pass of the season. They're in the I formation. 1st down 10. Shifting out of the I. Wide set in the backfield. Sipe handing the ball off to Calvin Hill. Trying the right side. Put his head down and bucked into people. He had Jack Ham up over him high. And L.C. Greenwood down in underneath. Not much running space and trying to do some blocking there in front of him. They could not clear the way. So Calvin brings it over the 40 to the 40.5-yard line. He picked up just over a yard. Second down and 9 yards to go. Hill comes off the field. And back comes Greg Pruitt. 3-0 Pittsburgh. We're in the first quarter. Interception by Blunt. Set it up. The field goal. And Blunt had his second interception of the season. Brian Sipe. Short drop back. Fakes left. Flips it out to the right to the tight end, Ozzie Newsome. And he breaks a tackle. Now we see a flag down on the field. Ham was in there, almost had him. He kept fighting and came up to the 37 where Joe Green brought him down. But the flag went down. And we're going to get a clip against the Cleveland Browns, and they have hurt Jack Ham. Ham almost had him, and then he was clipped in pursuit. So Ham is limping a little bit, and we may have to have relief for the veteran from Penn State. Clipped on the near side of the field by the Cleveland Browns. It's declined by the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that brings up third down and 13 as opposed to second down and, it would be at least 28 to 30 yards in the spot of the foul. So Ham is being helped off the field by Ralph Berlin, the trainer. He just came off an injury last week, and he is injured on a clip. Replacing him, Robin Cole, the second-year man from New Mexico.
Well, it's a shame because Ham had been playing awfully well in the opening minutes of this ball game, and he did have an injured groin that had him on his shelf until last week. And one concern was that he might not yet be 100% today, but he was playing like he was, but now he's out of the ball game, and here are the Browns with 3rd and 13 at their 36.
Dungy is in there as an extra defensive back. They set up the nickel defense. The Browns shift into the eye and out of the eye. Brian Sipe on a long count takes. Here's Sipe back there looking in. Lets it go out to the right, and it is caught on the near side of the field. Complete. Mike Wagner comes over to make the play at the sideline, but it is ruled complete. Caught by Dave Logan at the Steeler 43.5-yard line. One of those close sideline calls. But he brought it down, and the Browns have advanced to another first down.
So Sipe is now 3 for 4. He threw one interception, and we have 8 minutes and 53 seconds remaining in the first period. In case you joined us late, the Steelers leading 3-0.
They break out of the huddle, sending Dave Logan to the far side. Reggie Ruckers in the slot out there. Tight end is Ozzie Newsome. Strong right formation. Brian Sipe is the quarterback, and Sipe gives it to Cleo Miller. He's nailed, fumbles it, and Sipe picks it up. He fumbles the ball, and the Steelers have it. How about that? Cleo Miller fumbled it. Sipe picked it up. He was hit by Joe Green. He fumbled it, and Donnie Shell recovered it, and the Steelers have it back at the Cleveland 48-yard line. 2 fumbles, the second one lost.
Yes, and the second one after Joe Green had caused the first fumble. The second one was caused by L.C. Greenwood, who belted Brian Sipe after he had picked up the football. Steelers football continues after this timeout. Word comes up from the press box that Jack Ham has a hip injury. They'll fill us in a little more in more detail when they get more detail, but he is being treated along the Steeler bench by Steeler trainers. All right, the Steelers have the ball in Browns territory at the 48 following a wild and woolly play. A fumble by the Browns that eventually was recovered by Donnie Shell. Here go the Steelers after another score.
All right, it is first down 10 at the Browns 48-yard line. They move right to left, leading 3-0. Terry Bradshaw, the quarterback, gives it to Rocky Bleier, driving over the right side and coming across the 45 near the 44-yard line. The movement in the backfield with Franco coming forward, and Bleier set to the left, came behind Franco to take the handoff. Mike St. Clair and Earl Edwards make the tackle. They'll spot it at the 44.5-yard line, where it's going to be second down, 6.5 yards to go. Tony Peters is in there at left corner. Oliver Davis has entered the ball game. Lynn Swan in the slot to the left side. John Stallworth wide in the same direction. Split backs. Harris and Blyer. Bradshaw back, looking, and they come after him. Steps to the left, fires the bomb downfield. Stallworth looking for it, and it is tipped and broken up. Great play by Oliver Davis. Went with Johnny Stallworth step for step. And Myron, you'd have to say, just made a beautiful defensive play because the pass was on the money. Stahl was there, and Davis covered him.
Swell play, almost an interception, as a matter of fact. The Browns not taking their chances with Tom London against Stallworth. Tom London being the rookie whom they had indicated would be in there for the injured cornerback, Ron Bolton. But as we saw, it was Oliver Davis who's come off the shelf. He had a dislocated elbow. He's come off the shelf and handled Stallworth nicely.
Third down, 6.5. The ball inside the Browns, 45 by inches. Mike Webster goes over the ball, turns, says something to Bradshaw. Now they're ready. Slot right. Wideouts both ways. Bradshaw back, runs out of the pocket, then he drills it down the field. Pulled in by Swan at the 28. They come after him and bring him down at the 27-yard line. Swan came down, made his cut in sharply to the left. Dick Ambrose and Tom Darden bring him down, and Lynn Swan is on the board with his first catch of the afternoon.
And Swan just murders the Browns. He does it every time against the Browns. Right now he's leading the National Football League in catches among all wide receivers. There's only a running back or two ahead of him.
He has 31 catches on the season. First down 10 at the 27-yard line. Stallworth and Swan wide. Blyer shifts out of the slot left. Goes into a normal set. And the handoff to Blyer, and he's crossing to the left side this time and gets nowhere. So Blyer set to the right, crossing, coming into the left side of the line. Mac Mitchell and Gerald Irons team up to bring him down. And Rocky loses a half yard on the play. It's back at the 27 from the 26.5. Cleveland defensively. St. Clair, Edwards, Shirk, and Mitchell up front. Here is Bradshaw dropping the ball, picking it up. They're after him back there. They get him in the arm. His pass almost intercepted. They had him in the arm. He broke loose through, and Tom Darden had his hands on it inside the 20. Did not hold it. Ambrose and Hall blitzing came through and were giving Bradshaw a hard time. He was going to Randy Grossman. But I think he was off balance. They had caught his arm, and then he threw quickly, and it was almost picked off. Call it incomplete.
And count yourself lucky, Bradshaw, because that guy who dropped the interception, Tom Darden, has 5 of them this year. He's tops in the conference.
T. Bell in as an extra wide receiver, and Blyer is out. 3 wide receivers on third down, 10.5 at the Browns' 27. Single setback is Franco. Here's Bradshaw looking, rolling right. Franco's open, but he goes deep and overthrows. Swan was covered. I don't believe he saw Harris because Harris had flared out of there and was good for the short reception, but he went deep and either overthrew to protect the ball or just simply misjudged where he was, but it's a long, incomplete one.
Yeah, I kind of suspect he just got rid of it, dumped the ball, threw it where nobody was, but here's Girella on for the field goal attempt of 44 yards.
All right, Colquitt holding at the 34-yard line. It will go straight down the middle. Girella with a win factor here today. The ball is down. Girella kicks it. Long enough, high enough, good! 44-yarder for Roy Girella. And the Steelers take a 6-0 lead over the Cleveland Browns. We'll be right back.
It's left in the first period and some odd seconds, and the Steelers with the 6-0 lead.
Right to left, Girella will kick off. Collins and Ryder deep for Cleveland. And Girella has it high into the wind and down at the 7. Taken by Wright out over the 10, the 15, the 20, the near side, the 25. Brought down as he crosses the 25 by Jack Delaplane. Good to see number 35 from Salem College back in the black and gold again. Signed up this week, back into the special teams activity and ready to prepare himself to work as a running back when needed. Brought him down at the 27-yard line. Jack Delaplane also added this week. Jim Mandich to back up Randy Grossman at tight end. Cleveland moving left to right. First down 10. Browns at their own 27-yard line. They're shifting in that backfield. Now they come out of the eye. Sipe, quick pitch left side. Cleo Miller has the blockers, plows into him, can't make the 30, gives ground, brought down back around the 25-yard line. Swarming all over him. L.C. Greenwood working along with Mike Wagner. And Wagner playing like a tiger. So he wound up, after he picked up maybe 3 yards, giving ground back to the 25.5. He winds up losing a yard.
I'll tell you, when those Browns try that sweep to the left, they find half a football team waiting for them over there. And what that's all about is that the Steeler defense is just as fired up as can be.
Ham has got his trousers hitched up again and is trying to work it out. Jogging around in the bench area over there. Slot right formation. They shift into the eye. Pruitt, the tailback. Miller, the fullback. Play action fake. Sipe rolling out a little bit to the right. Now throwing, and it is incomplete. The intended receiver too high. Reggie Rucker had triple coverage on him. Greenwood and Banaszak putting a great rush on Sipe. Although he drifted out to the right and had time to get rid of it, he overthrew. So it is going to be 3rd down and 11.
Word from the bench is that Jack Ham has a pinched nerve in his hip, and he could be back in this ball game. We'll see.
Last Sunday, while we were doing the ball game, my dad, who was 77 years old, came up with a pinched nerve, but he wasn't playing football.
I hope he's well. Is he well?
He is.
Good.
Hey, they line up in a full house eye. Now they shift out of that into a wide set in the backfield. Put a flanker out to the right side. Look at this. Sipe is back there. Evades them, throws downfield. Got Newsom at the 50 to the 45 and brought down at the 40 by Donnie Shell. The Wizard of Oz got out beyond the secondary. They were gone after the quarterback, and they had them going in there, and he had time to unload it, and Newsom straight down the middle took it. 34-yard pass. First down.
And they burned him on the blitz. Yeah, Mike Wagner was safety blitzing, and Calvin Hill picked him off at the last second, dumped him, and so Sipe was able to nail the Steelers down the middle. Mike Wagner having been, as it turned out, in the wrong place at the wrong time.
At the Steeler 40. First down 10. Browns flanker left. Split end right, pitch back, goes to Calvin Hill, back in there, waits over the right side across the 35, and down inside the 35 to the 32.5-yard line. Donnie Shell made the tackle on big Calvin Hill, who goes 6'4", 227 pounds. 8-yard gain on the play, second down, 2 yards to go. Cleo Miller comes off the field. So the Browns have moved into a threatening position. Mike Pruitt is in the backfield. Third-year man from Purdue. Man in the slot to the left. Flanker set to the right. Calvin Hill's over in the slot. Now the Hill shifting into the backfield again. And the give is to Pruitt. This is Mike Pruitt charging into the middle. Across the 30, has a first down at the 29.5-yard line. L.C. Greenwood and Robin Cole made the tackle. 4th first down for the Browns. We'll be back after this pause on the Steelers Football Network.
Get rust-proofing backed by a 5-year repair warranty on all new vehicles. Get Z-Bart rust-proofing. Z-Bart. It's us or rust. WTAE, Pittsburgh.
Cleveland Browns crowd coming alive. Deacon and Shepard on the left side of the line. Jackson and Darrow on the right side. DeLeon is the center. And the give is to Calvin Hill. Breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage. Got away from Jack Lambert and struggles through for short yardage. John Banaszak makes the tackle, and they will mark it at the 26-yard line. Lambert almost had him at the 30. He slipped away, and Banaszak, the 4-year veteran from Eastern Michigan, made the stop at the 26. So it's a gain of 3.5 yards. Second down, 6.5 to go.
And the Browns on this drive getting a little bit of blocking as their offense gets fired up.
They're moving at the goal to our right. Line up in the I formation. Pruitt is the inside back. Pitch back. Calvin Hill. Sweep to the left side. And they cannot take them out. They nail him. Brought down across the way by John Banaszak and Lauren Taves. Crowd is booing Robin Cole, who came firing up there, but he went diving over the pileup. He did not go on anybody, he just went diving over top of them, and they give him, what, a scant yard on that play.
Loren Taves doing a great job of fighting off a block by Mike Pruitt. If Pruitt makes the block, that play goes, but he fought it off and slowed the play down so that Banaszak was able to drag down the ball carrier.
I said a yard. He lost 2 yards. Get it straight. Back to the 28. 3rd down and 8. Sipe rolling right. They're in pursuit of him. They got him trapped. He goes down. He gets up. Here's a clip on Lambert. He fires open man down at the 15, over the 10, and inside of the 7-yard line. Calvin Hill, the receiver. They almost had Sipe deep. We saw Lambert clipped. Nobody picked it up. And downfield, they hit their target. And Mike Wagner made the stop at the 7-yard line on Calvin Hill.
Tom DeLeon clipped Lambert, no question about it, but they blew the call at inline. L.C. Gray was clipped, but that's beside the point now because the Burr territory.
Sipe, a very talented and game quarterback, was almost sacked for the big loss, but he got away, and he was aided by the clip on Lambert. Sipe at the 7. Sipe on a flag down gives the ball to Greg Pruitt, and Pruitt nailed moving to the left. Now what have they done?
It's a fumble, and Joe Green recovered.
There's a fumble down there.
Pruitt lost the football when he was hit, Jack.
Joe Green has recovered the fumble down at the 5-yard line. There was a flag down, but Pruitt coughed up the football, and Green recovered, and the Steelers take over at their own 5. This is some kind of a football game.
It's the 3rd turnover that the Steelers have benefited from. They've picked off an interception and recovered 2 fumbles. You betcha there was a flag in the Cleveland backfield. Probably was going to be a holding call, but it doesn't matter because the Steelers take over the football at their 5-yard line. This broadcast is authorized.
5-yard line. 1st down 10 for the Steelers. They move right to left, Myron.
And they lead 6-0 with 1 minute and 11 seconds remaining in a wild and woolly first quarter.
Out of the huddle, Mike Webster goes over the football. Stallworth wide left to the near side. Blanker to the right side is Lynn Swan. Handoff. Franco treading very carefully up to the middle and getting to the 10-yard line, where Gerald Irons tugs him down by the legs. Franco looked like he might be walking on eggs that time, very carefully finding the hole and coming through it and picking up 5 yards.
It was a nice run. Franco has only carried twice in this ball game so far. He's got 9 yards.
Clock reading, 45 seconds to play in the first quarter. Sun shining on Lake Erie, but not into the stadium. Blyer's in the slot close on the left, then backs up. Gets into a regular set. Here's the give to Blyer. Trap. Angles into it, gets a couple of yards, and is thrown back by Dick Ambrose, the middle linebacker from Virginia, and Gerald Irons and Charlie Hall. Good action by the Cleveland linebackers that time, as they set a trap and sent Blyer through it. And now Rocky is out of there, and we come back in with T. Bell, the 2nd-year man from Arizona. They always list him as Theo, and he doesn't like that name. His name is Theophilus. His nickname, he says, is T, not Theo.
And this is the Steelers' answer to what they will be doing part of the time without Big Benny. 3 wide receivers.
Hey, look here, Steeler fans. We're at the end of the first quarter, and the score, Pittsburgh 6, Cleveland nothing. Love it. Starting the second period at their own 14-yard line. 3rd down and 1 to go. Corson and Peterson are in there, 2 tight ends. Give to Franco. He was working but couldn't get it. Hitting into the right side, struggling. Charlie Hall determined to stop him and did stop him short of the 1st down. And that is 4th down. Swan and Stallworth came back out there. I don't know why. Now they're going back and the kicking team comes on. First punt of the afternoon. And it will be from the 14-yard line. Wind is tough, and I can't tell exactly which way it's blowing. Colquitt standing at the 1-yard line. Punt will carry left to right. Browns going deep. Here's Colquitt getting away. A booming one up into the wind, brings it down at the Cleveland 41-yard line, and going down on the turf, Keith Wright. And then as he gets up, he is nailed by Randy Rudershan, a 45-yard punt. And he went down on a knee and then, of course, got up as he can. But Rudershan, the great rookie from Pitt, and I mean he is great on special teams activity, came down and nailed him. He got a half-yard return on the play.
Reverse on the punt return, so they'll put the ball in play at their 39-yard line as the sun comes out, breaks through this heavy these heavy clouds that we have, and it's a nice day.
Sending Cleveland back, the main scoreboard clock is not operating with the other field clocks. They read 9:45 to go, and the main scoreboard clock is 6. An official looks up at the clock, but they're going to go ahead and play without it. They have a new scoreboard here, and it's not like the old scoreboard. They don't make them like they used to. Well, Pruitt went into the eye, shifted off the eye. Greg Pruitt back in there. Sipe drops back. Sipe looking, flips it out into the left flat. Incomplete off the fingertips of Cleo Miller out at the 42-yard line. Donnie Shell up the cover. Incomplete pass. 10 passes tried by the Browns. 6 of them completed. Second down 10 at the 39-yard line. They're announcing now that the main scoreboard clock is not operating correctly. I was listening to the Georgia LSU game last night. They had the same problem at the very start of the ball game on the opening kickoff. Lauren Taves out now. He'd been back in. Tony Dungy replaces him, 5th defensive back. Newsom goes wide to the right. Slot man set to the left. Sipe hands that ball off, and here goes Greg Pruitt. Nailed. Came straight across, cut right, running along the 42.5-yard line, brought down by Jack Ham, who played it perfectly. So it was a little draw action as Pruitt took it and picked up about 3 yards.
Yeah, they trapped Joe Green beautifully, and the hole was there. And that's why it's so important to have Ham in that game, because when you got that Greg Pruitt and you're showing him a little daylight, you have to have a really nifty outside linebacker. And that, of course, is Jack Ham, and he was there.
Picked up a penalty marker on that play, and they're going to mark one off against the Browns. Keep walking. 10 yards. That has to be a holding call against the Cleveland Browns. Back to the 32-yard line. A hold against the Browns. Total of 15 yards on 2 penalties against the Brownies. And they're looking now at second down and 17 yards to go.
Imagine they'll be throwing. They've thrown a lot today, 10 times already.
Reggie Rucker to the left. Dave Logan to the right. Sipe is dropping back, and they're trying to get to him, and he fires it up the middle to Pruitt at the 40, and he's brought down by Ham at the 41-yard line. Pruitt on a slant coming out of the backfield, took it at the 40. Ham made that nice quick play on him at the 41. So they come back up within the sticks, and they have a 3rd down 9 play coming up. That is their 11th pass, 7 completed.
New quarterback going in for the Browns, Jack?
This is what they've been doing. This is Mark Miller that they run in spot situations, a rookie from Bowling Green. They use him like the guy at Denver. Weiss. This one's in trouble. They had him. There he goes. Down he goes. Being chased around. He ran into the open arms of Jack Lambert. Lambert says, I love to hug you on the turf of the Cleveland Stadium. And down goes Mark Miller at the 36-yard line, the first sack against the Browns. They spot him on certain situations like, what's his name? Morris Weiss? Norris Weiss.
Norris Weiss, yeah.
Norris Weiss.
He's right up in bed now, Norris is.
Johnny Evans in punt formation, rookie from North Carolina State, standing at the 21-yard line. Rudershan and Bell downfield for the Steelers. Punt right to left. High, hangs it well. Let's take a fair catch. Nope. That's T-Bell at the 30. And he's in trouble at the 34-yard line. T-Bell brought down by Clay Matthews, aided and abetted on that play by Ricky Feature. And the Steelers have it at the 34-yard line, a 34-yard punt. 4-yard return.
They're with 12 yards on 8 running plays combined. So you can see from those figures that the Steelers are not making the blocks. Give the Browns defense credit. This is an emotional game, and the defenses do get fired up, but the Steelers have got to get nifty and start cracking something open.
Green Bay leading Seattle 28-0 in the second period. It is first down 10 at the 34.5-yard line. Terry Bradshaw quarterbacking. He's back there, and he rips it up to the 45-yard line. Randy Grossman had hooked and was kneeling at the 45. Measured for the first down perfectly. Tony Peters put the grab on Grossman, and that's the first time they've gone to their tight end today. Second catch out of 6 passes, and Randy Grossman is the receiver. And on the season for Grossman, that will be his 4th catch. First down Pittsburgh, only the 3rd of the afternoon. At the 45-yard line, moving left to right. Bradshaw again has time, pumps, holds it, then fires, and Grossman, great catch at the 46, is over the 45 and down to the 42. Some kind of action by Bradshaw. There's a flag down back there, either holding or roughing. Mac Mitchell attacked Bradshaw back there. Grossman made a sensational catch. If you're looking at it and listening to us, you saw Bradshaw maneuvering in great fashion. He completed it to Grossman. They're marking off 15 more from the 41 down to the 26, roughing our passer.
Yeah, that's the call, you betcha. And as Jack told you, a great catch by Grossman. Bradshaw ducking and dodging in the backfield. Perhaps a little tempted to run with the ball, but he spotted Randy open in front of Tony Peters, and he went high into the air to make that catch. So the Steelers at the 26-yard line of the Browns.
First down 10. They move left to right. Out of the huddle. Kolb, Davis, Webster, Mullins, Penny, interior line, Grossman, the tight end. Blyer in the close slot on the right side in the wing position, giving it a double wing look. They play whistle dead as Bradshaw started his handoff. Flips it out to Stallworth. Stallworth is hugged out there by the defensive back, Oliver Davis. They got a call against Pittsburgh. Must have been too much time. He had taken the snap as the whistle was blowing and was appeared to be either faking or giving a handoff. This brings it back to the 31, and now we get the official determination. That is delay a game. So a 5-yard penalty, the first one against the Steelers, takes it back to the 31-yard line. Out of the huddle, Stallworth wide left, Swan to the near side. Split backs, Blyer and Harris. Quarterback is Terry Bradshaw. Gives it to Blyer, slashing over the right side, along the 30, inside the 30, the 25, to the sideline at the 20, and down at the 18-yard line. Clarence Scott made the tackle. Rocky Blyer. And let's see where we are. We're at the 18.5-yard line, second down, 2.5 to go. Let's pause for station identification.
Nothing is as good as Z-Bart rust proofing. That's why Pittsburgh area Z-Bart dealers give you a 5-year repair warranty on all new vehicles. WTAE, Pittsburgh.
Strong right formation. Give us to Harris. He's in trouble in the middle. Scooted up there and wanted to make a cut. Mike St. Clair met him straight up. And Harris will lose about a half yard to the 19-yard line. It's going to be third down and 3. I asked Blyer in an interview this week, who's going to win the Pitt-Notre Dame game? He's a diplomat. He talked for 3 minutes and didn't say anything. So finally I said, well, who's going to win the game? He says, Notre Dame, of course.
Well,
he is an old Golden Domer.
Yeah.
His loyalty showed through finally. Got Blyer and Harris in the backfield. Corson and Peterson in, 2 tight ends. Give is to Franco, and he's nailed again. Great Cleveland defense. No question about it. He was coming off the right side. Charlie Hall, Dick Ambrose, and over there also Clarence Scott is a key man. And it's at the 19.5-yard line. Boy, this wind is something. A little while ago, it took all of the Cleveland radio crews cue cards and blew them right out the front. They're over next door to us.
They're not going to try a field goal, Jack. They're going to go for it on 4th and 3.
I think probably he's looking at this wind and figuring it's too tough.
I suppose.
All right, 4th down and 3. They have to make it to the 16-yard line. Close slot right formation. Cleveland with 4 down linemen. Bradshaw in a long count. Now the flag comes. Bradshaw was trying to pull him offside. Using a tricky call and attempting to pull him offside was unsuccessful. They take a 5-yard penalty, and on comes Girella. So that was the maneuver. Bradshaw trying to use a tricky count to pull him offside and get 5 yards for the first down. It didn't work, so you take the 5-yard penalty. And Girella will be attempting a field goal from the 32-yard line, a 42-yard attempt. Colquitt is the holder. Girella has had 2 today. He's had a 23-yarder and a 44-yarder. This is a 42-yard attempt. Wind a little tougher at this end of the field, I believe. Ball is down. Girella kicks it. It is blocked. Girella picks it up and goes down at the 30-yard line. Jess Turnbow and Mickey Sims firing in there, and it was blocked, and Girella covered it at the 30.
Yes, I believe it was Earl Edwards who blocked it. I'm not positive, but I think so. He was in the middle there with his hands up. So in any event, the Browns stop the Steeler drive and take over the football. I was really anxious to see if Girella could hit yet a 3rd field goal, because, you know, he's used to kicking on artificial turf. He's been kicking on grass today, and of course did kick 2 field goals. Wanted to see him make it 3.
Sipe is back and looking, letting a long one go down to Newsom. Broke it up beautifully at the 50-yard line by Lambert. Boy, did he play that one. Newsom had some breathing room. Shell was behind him, and Lambert came over in front and tapped it away, incomplete.
And word comes from the press box that, yes, it was Earl Edwards, as I had surmised, the 6'7" defensive end of the Cleveland Browns, who blocked Roy Girella's attempted field goal.
At the 30-yard line, 2nd down 10. We have 5:25 to play in the first half. Pittsburgh leading 6-0. The Browns have the football, moving right to left. Brian Sipe drops back, fires long downfield, and it is caught on the far side. Pulled in by Reggie Rucker at the 48. Goes down at the Pittsburgh 45. Covered by Ron Johnson and Donnie Shell, and he made a sensational catch as he beat his man over there, went into the air along the sideline, and picks up a first down at the Steeler 45-yard line, a 30-yard pass. Make that 25-yard pass.
It's Reggie Rucker's 300th pass catch of his career. Ron Johnson actually had great position on him. The ball, I think, was underthrown just a shade, so that Rucker was able to lean back and leap up and make a terrific catch, but Johnson was covering him well.
Sipe drops it off to Cleo Miller. Miller running to the left, and he is brought down along the 44-yard line. Here at the near side of the field, up came Mike Wagner, who was just playing some kind of a game today, and Cleo Miller used a stiff arm on him, but it didn't help, and Wagner just rode him down, gave him about 9.5 to go.
That's got to be this 2-step edge on Wagner there, as he tried to turn the corner, and Wagner simply caught him and ran him down.
All right. Cleveland, 2nd down, 9.5. Sipe back there, fires to the far side, and Newsom goes up, and he can't get it. Deflected over there by Ron Johnson. Make that Logan, not Newsom. Logan is the back of his jersey pretty well obliterated with dirt. We have a penalty marker down back at the previous spot against the Cleveland Browns. Dave Logan, 6'4", 216. Ozzie Newsom, 6'2", 225. They're pretty close to the same size. You normally look to the tight end to be considerably bigger. We're at the Pittsburgh 44-yard line, and they're marking off 10 against Cleveland back to the Brownie 46-yard line, and it's a holding call against the Cleveland Browns. This will be the 4th penalty for a total of 40 yards against Cleveland. Cleveland has 2nd down, 19.
The Steelers are nice and clean today, aren't they? How many penalties do they have?
Well, we have one for illegal procedure, right, and one for delay a game, something like that. Sipe is back. Now Sipe running forward, looking. He's got rope and room. Here he comes over the 50, the 45, and he's brought down along the side. The flag goes down. Tackle made by Lauren Taves, and Lambert came in late. And we may lose some ball players. Here goes the flag again against Lambert. They threw one flag and now two flags, and that is trouble. Wagner is mad.
I think the second flag was for bad language on Jack Lambert's part. I really do.
The play was at the 41-yard line at the near side of the field in front of the Cleveland bench area. Make that the 46-yard line. They're at the 45 with the football. Got a personal foul against Pittsburgh. They're getting their heads together. It's going to be 30 yards, I think, altogether. There is some confusion. So the hit was made originally at the near side of the field by Lauren Taves. Lambert got there late. That was the ruling. Late hit. Then in the argument that ensued, a second flag went down. From the 45, they're marking off 15 down to the 30. Now, I think we're going to get 15 more. They're still standing over the football. Here's the signal. Personal foul against Pittsburgh. Now they're still standing over the football.
Lambert's leaving the field. Has he been thrown out?
Lambert has left the field.
He's gesticulating at Noel, who may have simply pulled him to cool him off.
Noel is calling for an official. They're still standing over the ball at the 30. And there's still another flag dropped in the dead ball situation. I've forgotten who the receiver was.
No, it was just Sipe running with the football.
Sipe running with the football. That's who it was.
It's been a year ago since it happened. No, Noah's over there talking with Pat Haggerty, the referee, and jawing at him. And Lambert is right into it, too.
Why did you have to point out that we hadn't had any penalties?
Yeah.
That was only a minute ago.
I'm sorry. I'll seal my lips with adhesive tape, but the Steelers may have lost Lambert. I don't know.
Boy, they're having a great argument. I still think there's another. Nope. That's all. Thank goodness for that. First down, Cleveland at the 30. Well, they dropped the second flag on the debate. They're announcing that Lambert's been ejected.
Yeah, he's disqualified, Jack. Just got the word. He's out of the ball game.
Here comes Cleveland, and the handoff to Cleo Miller. Crossing right to left through the middle and going down to the 26-yard line. Cleo Miller carrying the ball. John Banaszak, Lauren Taves, and Dennis Dirt Winston making the stop at the 26-yard line. Second down and 5.5 yards to go.
Well, boy, that is strong punishment, taking your middle linebacker out of there. And as near as I could tell, it was for cussing the official.
That's when the second flag went down.
Yeah.
Reggie Rucker to the right. Dave Logan to the left. Sipe, quarterback in the Cleveland Browns. Pittsburgh leading 6-0. Sipe on a delay, faking on the end around, flips it out the right, open man, Miller at the 28, over the 25, and brought down at the 21-yard line by Dirt Winston. They faked a reverse to Ozzie Newsome on the tight end around, and then flipped it on a flare out to the right side to Cleo Miller. That is their 14th pass, their 9th completed. And the ball is at the 21-yard line. Third down, about a half yard to go. And they bring in different people, Oscar Rohn and Gary Paris. And they'll go into a short yardage offensive formation. 2:21 to play in the first half.
The only explanation I can get on Lambert is they say they threw him out for misconduct. Maybe he threw a punch.
Two tight ends down there. Wing back left. And the handoff and the play is stopped. Greg Pruitt is nailed. Little loss in there. Dwight White down at the bottom of the play. See where they uncover the football. Golly, some kind of a first half. Whew. You knew it was going to be that way. At the 21-yard line now, Cleveland has 4th down and 1 yard to go. Less than 1. About 3/4 of a yard now. Calvin Hill comes in. Greg Pruitt comes out. 2:03 to play. The first half. We got the 2-minute warning coming up. There it comes. Automatic timeout. So with Pittsburgh leading 6-0, there's a timeout in the ball game. We'll be right back.
Football from their own 30 on this drive. And Dirt Winston is, of course, the man who has taken Jack Lambert's place at middle linebacker, and so far has played well.
Cleveland at the 21, 4th, about 3/4 of a yard to go. Browns in an I. Cleo Miller and Calvin Hill in the backfield. 2 tight ends shifting off the I. Wing back right. Uh-oh, Steelers come across. George Beeler moved. And the Cleveland Browns are caught for illegal procedure. And that is going to bring Cockcroft on because J.D. Fogarty was cogitating whether they should go for the field goal at that point. Beeler, the man who used to wear Vaseline on his shirt at Oakland, committed the error.
When Joe Green couldn't get a hold of him. But I think maybe they were just simply trying to draw the Steelers offside and they gummed up their own plan. Do you
That's
think?
right.
Possibly.
Beeler
I don't know.
goofed it up. They're doing the same thing that our team tried to do at the other end of the field. Okay, Cockcroft is on, and his shot is going to be a 42-yard attempt. Dave Logan, the holder, at the near hash mark. At the goal to our left. It's down. Cockcroft kicks it high enough, long enough. It's good. 42-yard attempt. Penalty markers down now. Uh-oh. This may change the strategy. They may decline the score. Got a roughing the kicker call. Now let's see what the judgment is. They're calling the Browns back out on the field. They want a captain to talk to. Take the option. Either you take the field goal, or let's see exactly what the call will be. It's been explained to their captain. Now they're going to give it to us.
Randy Rudershan is the guy the penalty is against.
Now they mark off 5. That's an automatic first down. Personal foul, roughing the kicker. First down, Cleveland at the 20-yard line. Okay, that's their 8th first down. Takes the ball down to the 20. So they decline the field goal. They get a first down at the 20 with 1:55 to play. Out of the huddle, Rucker goes to the right. Logan comes left. Strong right formation. Ozzie Newsome, the tight end. Out of the I, they shift. Bring Calvin Hill to the left side. Give it to Hill. No, they fake. Give it to Newsome on the end around, running to the left. He's crossed the 20, caught by the arm, and thrown out of bounds by Lauren Taves at the 17-yard line. An inspired effort by Lauren Taves in pursuit of Ozzie Newsome.
Just sensational because Taves was being blocked by Robert Jackson, the pulling guard, and he would have no part of it. And it was a tough stop to make, too. He had to lunge out and grab him by the shirt after fighting off that block. So that was a great play by Taves. A gain of, let's say, 2.5 yards.
Marked the ball at the 17-yard line. The clock stopped on the out-of-bounds play at 1:49 to go in the first half. Pittsburgh leading 6-0. Cleveland is at the Steelers' 17-yard line. Slot man right, flanker right, split end out to the left. Sipe is back, lobs it out here to the left, and it is caught in the end zone on a great play by Logan. Slipped in front of Mel Blunt, went up in the air, and made a great two-handed catch. Sipe laid it on the money. A penalty marker is down. Penalty marker down on the play. So now we'll get the call. It's going to be against Pittsburgh. Whatever it was, he didn't signal. It is declined, and the touchdown stands.
Well, what happened was in a blitz, still in all, Melvin well covered in the corner of the end zone, but Logan got in front of him and went up and made the catch. Spunt was there, but he wasn't up to it as Logan picks off the touchdown pass. The Browns now trying to go out in front on the extra point.
6-6 tie, and we've got Cockcroft kicking at the 10, Logan the holder. Ball is down. Don Cockcroft kicks it, and it's up there good. So the Browns have taken a 7-6 lead on the catch by Dave Logan. The 6'4", 216-pound wide receiver from Colorado. And he showed the advantage of his size and his height that time as he used them on Mel Blount and went high up in front of him to make a two-hand overhead catch.
Yes, he's a basketball player, he is. And he did just that, as Jack told you. Say that the Steelers, you look at them on paper, they're so much better than this team in practically every department. And yet you put these two teams on the same field, and the emotions are high, and the Browns right now, consequently, have taken a 1-point lead, 7-6, with 1:44 remaining in the second quarter. The Steelers, of course, during that Browns drive, being victimized by penalties, or victimizing themselves, if you want to put it that way. There was the 15-yarder for the late hit by Lambert, and the subsequent argument that saw Lambert being thrown out of the ball game, severe punishment indeed. And then the Browns taking a gamble when they rejected the field goal that Cockcroft had successfully made, and taking the penalty that gave them the automatic first down. That was a gamble for sure on the part of Sam Ratigliano, the Cleveland coach, but it paid off, and the Browns lead, and they're going to be tough, it looks like.
Larry Anderson down deep for the Steelers. Cockcroft will kick off right to left. T-Bell and Jack Delaplane wide down deep. Cockcroft kicks it, sailing, coming down, bouncing at the 12, back to Anderson at the 5, out over the 10, the 15, the 20, 25, finds the lane, the 30, the 35, gets by a man, he's going to go to the 45, the 50, he's the Cleveland 40, the 30, look out, heaven, here he comes into Lake Erie, a touchdown, 95 yards, Larry Anderson of the Pittsburgh Steelers, shove it down their throats, put it right in there, 95 yards, and the Steelers bounce right back.
And that'll teach the Brownies what they were trying to do is tackle the football. First one guy took a swipe at it, then another. Maybe they remember that in overtime a couple of weeks ago in Pittsburgh, Anderson had fumbled a kickoff return, but the ref didn't call it, and consequently the Brownies lost that game in overtime. Maybe they remembered that because as he sailed up the middle, they were stabbing at that football instead of stabbing at Larry Anderson, and he galloped 95 yards, did the rookie, for a touchdown.
Chiarella will try for the point after at the 10. 1:30 to play. Boy, a lot has happened in 2 minutes, or less than that. Chiarella kicks it. It's good. They had a man sailing in there, made some contact. Oliver Davis, the official, looked at him and then decided not to do anything. So Chiarella adds the point. Holy mackerel. Larry Anderson, a rookie from Louisiana Tech. And that is the alma mater of Terry Bradshaw. 5'11", 177-pounder.
Well, let's see what the record book says. I do believe that's a Steeler record. Lynn Chadnoy. No, wait a minute. I'm on the wrong place.
Why don't you look for Tom the Bomb Tracy?
Longest kickoff returns. Don McCall, 101 yards. Against the Mini Vikes in 1969. 96 yards by Billy Wells in 1957. So it's the third longest kickoff return in Steeler history.
I don't remember the one by Billy Wells, but you're around this game, you learn something new.
Yeah, but of course they went in and got a touchdown anyhow. Yeah. So it really...
It is all academic.
Yeah.
Well, Cleveland will kick it off right to left, and that is Cockcroft set to do it. And we have Larry Anderson down deep. The last time they kicked off to him, he came back 95 yards. Jack Delaplane and T-Bell are the wide men. Cockcroft kicks it high, straight down the middle. Anderson at the 5 again. Up over the 10, the 15, cuts to the outside. And he's caught at the 18, breaks a tackle, running back in the other direction. They got him back at the 13-yard line. A flag down, another flag. He was up at the 18, broke a tackle, and came back at the 13, and finally was corralled by Tom London along with Gary Paris. And now let's see what's going on. Officials have their heads together. Personal foul clipping against the Steelers. That's the call. And that's going to cost Pittsburgh a little bit of yardage. But the light's on here this afternoon, even though the sun is shining through quite frequently.
Oh, Chet puts the Steelers in the hole, but good. They're at their own 7-yard line.
Half the distance to the goal line. 1st and 10 at the 7. Steelers moving left to right. Bradshaw, the quarterback, drops back into the end zone and fires block coming out of his hand. It appeared that Mac Mitchell may have got a hand on the football, and again, might have been Jerry Shirk. Bradshaw dropped back into the end zone and was going to the far side of the field to John Stallworth, and as the ball came out of his hand, now let's see what happens. Cocks his arm and throws, and the ball was tapped upfield a little ways. Gerald Irons, the linebacker.
And Jack, the clipping call was on 2 players, Cole, Robin Cole, and...
Here's a handoff to Franco. Breaks over the left side and brings the ball over the 10 up to the 11-yard line. Gerald Irons on the tackle.
And Sam Davis. They were both called on that for clipping on that kickoff return.
Cleveland hustling Ricky Jones out on the field. He is a second-year man from Tuskegee. Earl Edwards comes off, and they get an extra defensive back in there. 3rd down and 5. 3 wide receivers for the Steelers. Bradshaw drops back, flag on the play. Bradshaw's in trouble, and he's thrown down by Mac Mitchell. Sacked back at the 2-yard line. Penalty marker down. Bradshaw sacked back at the 2-yard line. Illegal procedure against the Steelers will be declined by the Browns. That is the 2nd sack against Bradshaw, and Craig Colquitt will punt for the end zone.
Mac Mitchell sacking Bradshaw, and the Steelers are not able to get that offense moving. They're in trouble here.
Keith Wright is the receiver up around the Pittsburgh 45. All right, we're ready. Colquitt deep in the end zone. Snap. Gets it away. And here is the pass there, taken at the 41 by Wright, down over the 35 to the 30. Wright on the return, tackled by Sid Thornton. 40-yard punt. Setting the Browns up at the Steeler 30-yard line. 1st down 10.
Have you noticed that the floor of this booth up here on the roof has been trembling? Is that because people are stamping? I never trusted this booth. We could blow away.
I think it's the wind blowing. They put Reggie Rucker in the slot left. Now they take him in motion to the right. And the ball off to Cleo Miller, and he finds a hole, but it closes up very quickly. He ran into the arms of Dennis Winston, who caught him at the 28.5-yard line. He picks up about 1.5 yards, 2nd down, 8.5 yards to go. Dave Logan, wide receiver. Doug Deacon, George Beeler, Tom DeLeon, Robert E. Jackson, Barry Darrow in the interior line. Ozzie Newsome, the tight end. Reggie Rucker, wide receiver. Cleo Miller and Greg Pruitt are the running backs. Brian Sipe, the quarterback. Here in the I, Pruitt at the top of the I, shifts over to the right side. Now he comes back to the left side. Here's Sipe. Back, throwing, And it's intercepted at the 12. Picked off by Mike Wagner up over the 25, the 30. And he is knocked down at the 31-yard line. The tackle was made by Henry Shepard. Now the pass was intended for Ozzie Newsome. Into the arms of Wagner. And what worried me was Wagner took the shot right on his neck there as he was brought down. That is the second interception for the Steelers today. Blunt had the first one.
And that is a big play because the Browns right off the bat in the second half had put the Steelers in the hole and then gotten good field position at the 30 and were in a position to get on top of this game. So it's a big play and we'll be right back.
Gotta meet the morning train.
Gotta rush to catch my plane.
Gotta drop this package off, but first I've gotta stop at go.
People, all kinds of people, more than a million a day. Keep their lives moving on like
Offensively, they lead 13-7.
First down 10 Steelers at their own 31. Bradshaw quarterbacking. Quick pitch to Franco with Blyer blocking. Running to the left. Tries to turn the corner and is pushed out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Gerald Irons and the Cleveland defense moving with the play and keeping Franco contained so that he picks up only 1 yard. And the sweep to the left did not work. Second down and 9. We just gave you the Cleveland offense. Let's give you the Pittsburgh offense. They're moving back and forth so fast you can't keep up with it. Kolb, Davis, Webster, Mullins, and Pinney in the line. Randy Grossman, the tight end. Give to Blyer, and Blyer looking for an opening over the right side has coughed up the football, and alertly it is recovered. Got away from Rocky, was stripped off of him, and firing over there was John Kolb. What a play he made, because the Browns were going after it, and Kolb came from the opposite direction and dived in to save the day.
Yeah, linebacker Charlie Hull had reached out and punched a football out of Rocky's hands. And there were Browns all around that football, but as so often happens, they weren't able to get it. And the Steelers, John Kolb was in a position to fall on the ball, and he did. So the Steelers get a break there.
So Harris limps off the field, and he's replaced by an extra wide receiver, T. Bell. Bradshaw backs up. Bradshaw firing, and Swan a diving catch at the 41. And down on the turf, he takes a lick from Dick Ambrose to make sure he's down. That will require a measure. Oh, they set it back at the 40 and a half. That is bad. That is a bad move because he was at the 41-yard line, and they gave him the hit, and they set it back a half yard, and that's going to miss a first down, I believe. They're looking at it. Official indicating by inches. He's absolutely full of beans. That is the 11th pass thrown. Fourth catch. Swan second. Inches away. And we're coming up with the fourth down play, I believe. Yeah, it is. Scoreboard is out to lunch. The guy is just now turning the down marker. Sidney Thornton in there in place of Franco. 4th and inches. Give to Blyer. Puts his head down and gets the first down at the 42. Tom Darden. Steelers get it the hard way, thanks to very poor judgment on the part of that official. First down.
That was a big gamble, particularly when you consider that the Steelers' running game today has been going nowhere. Let's pause now for station identification.
Nothing is as good as Z-Bart rust proofing. That's why Pittsburgh area Z-Bart dealers give you a 5-year repair warranty on all new vehicles. WTAE, Pittsburgh.
Marking at the Steeler 43, first down 10. Bradshaw back, they're after him. He jumps out of there, hit from the blind side, and fires to Swan, who can't hold it at the 50-yard line. Bradshaw took a tremendous lick from Mac Mitchell. Boy, Mitchell has zeroed in on Bradshaw all afternoon, and be interesting to see who he's knocking over to get in there.
Well, that ball was catchable, and it wasn't caught, and so Bradshaw is now 4 for 12. Mitchell Well, he plays the right side, so he's going up against the left tackle, the Steelers' left offensive tackle, who is a pretty good tackle, right?
Yeah, right.
I'm talking about Mr. Cole.
That's right. He's been in there all afternoon. Slot man to the left. Fake by Bradshaw. And then a give Blyer. It wasn't a fake. Blyer took it. And up over the 45 to the 46. Gerald Irons made the tackle. Advanced the ball to the 46-yard line. They have moved the sticks to the near side of the field, and unless we stand up, you cannot see the near sideline from the roof here.
Franco has suffered a knee injury. That's one more piece of bad news.
3rd down and 8. Here's Bradshaw hitting his man out T. Bell in the left flat, and Bell does not pick up a screen, but he crosses the 50 and goes to the Cleveland 47.5-yard line. Gerald Irons made the stop. They may have been looking for a screen. They didn't get it. And again, it looks like they're inches away, maybe a half yard away from a first down on the far side of the field.
Well, he had Randy Grossman out in front of him, and Grossman gave T. Bell the block, but Bell was caught from behind. Otherwise, maybe a sizable gain. They're measuring now for the first down.
Bell's second catch of the year.
It's a little short.
4th down and a half yard to go. He's going to go for it.
Isn't this odd when you think that on 4th and a half early in the ball game, he way down around the 6-yard line, he didn't go for it and took the field goal instead.
This is a little longer one than the last time. Rocky went for about 2 or 3 yards, though. Let's see what happens. Harris is out of the game with an injured knee. Sid Thornton is in there, second-year man from northwestern Louisiana. 2 tight ends. Grossman wing back to the right. Give Blyer to Thornton. Thornton lost his footing but kept his balance and goes over the right side down inside the 45 to the 43. Darden and Peters made the stop. As Sidney approached the line of scrimmage, coming over the right side, his feet started slipping in that turf, and it looked like he would go down. But with marvelous balance, he stayed on his feet and ran forward to the 43-yard line.
And he, of course, is in there for Franco, and we just got word that somebody had stepped on Franco's knee. He should return to action.
Good. Interesting conversation this week with Art Rooney Jr. We're standing out on the field watching practice, and he said, if you were to pick one player that this team would be hurting most without, who would it be? And I said, Franco. You stop and think in the backup situation.
Well, you got to have a quarterback.
Well, you got Kruzik, and he's proven what he can do. Here's Blyer, slanting off the left side, goes to the outside at the 40, the 35, and thrown out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Across the field, Dick Ambrose and Tom Darden. And Rocky slanting to the left, angling gradually outside, picks up a first down at the Cleveland 28.5.
And got a blast of a block from the muscle man, Steve Corson, who's in that offensive line.
Steve Corson, first-year man from South Carolina. Now, could Mullins be hurt? He's back now. Samoon is back in there. Slot left formation. Pittsburgh leading 13-7. Bradshaw backs up. Flips it out to the left, a little shy of Swan on a comebacker. Swan going down and coming back after he had curled outside, and it was underthrown just a bit at the 22-yard line. He was wide open. Peters and Darden over there, but not in time. That would have been a beauty. A little bit underthrown. So we go to 2nd down 10. No game next Sunday, but a week from tomorrow night, the Houston Oilers at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh. Another big AFC Central Division game. We'll be there live. Bradshaw moves Blyer over a step. Bradshaw looking quickly to throw out to the right. Swan takes it at the 12, breaks the tackle and goes in. Swan took it at the 12, broke loose from Tony Peters, galloped into the end zone. Bradshaw to Swan, and the play covers 20 8 yards. 28-yard pass, and at the 12, Myron, he took it and eluded Peters and went right in.
Right, he had beaten Peters. He caught the pass. He felt Peters' hot breath on him, knew Peters was coming at a furious pace, so he just took a little step inside him, pivoted around inside him, and he was home free. The Steelers get a little breathing space here. They lead 19-7. A 28-yard touchdown pass.
11 yards, or rather 11 plays, 69 yards. Girella going for the point after. Kicking toward the lake in the general direction of Canada. It's up there, and it is good. Girella adds the point. Steelers lead 20-7. Steelers football continues after this timeout.
To a 69-yard drive, a touchdown. It gives the Steelers a 20-7 lead. And if they win today's ball game, they'll have a 3-game divisional lead going into a 3-game homestand. So it would really be a sweetie of a cushion for the Steelers. And right now, well, they're in pretty good shape with a 13-point lead. But these ball games are tough here in Cleveland, so don't start breathing easy yet.
Girella left to right from the 35. Right of Miller deep for Cleveland. High, coming down to the 7. Cleo Miller pulls it in, out over the 15, the 20. He is nailed at the 22-yard line. Sidney Thornton. What a driving tackle, the classic tackle. As you would see it in an old Canute Rockney movie.
And as you saw it down here, too, I don't know, I never... Well,
how do you like my Norwegian?
Of similes, metaphors, all kinds of imagery today.
I am in a metaphoric... That's right. Hog heaven. 23-yard line, first down, 10 Cleveland. Ryan Sipe moves Pruitt off the top of the eye to the left. Here's Sipe giving to Pruitt. Pruitt finds a little hole, slips through it over the 25, and comes out to the 27.5-yard line. Joe Green and Donnie Shell get the tackle.
By the way, Jack, one of our listeners called me this week and suggested we bill ourselves as the dynamic duo. I didn't particularly like it because he designated me as Robin. All right, Batman, are you speechless?
What is Robin like? Peter Pan or something like that?
He's a little guy.
A little guy. I am speechless. Quick pitch to the left side. Miller turns the corner over the 30 and then is pulled down at the 33-yard line. First contact by Dennis Winston, and Mike Wagner over there quickly again to help out. Greenwood, Green, Banaszak White up front. Ham, Winston, and Taves the linebackers. Lambert was ejected from the game in the first half if you tuned in late. Johnson and Blunt on the corners. Wagner and Shell are the safeties. And it is a first down for Cleveland.
And if you tuned in late, I'll mention that those 20 points the Steelers have are the result of 2 field goals and 2 touchdowns, not a missed extra point.
Dennis Winston limping just a little bit. All right, the Steelers pull a backer up on the right side. Strong right formation for Cleveland. And the give off the left side. And look at Cleo Miller come up over the 40 and out to the 41-yard line. Nice run. Wagner down there on the tackle. Taves, Winston, spotted at the 41-yard line. And now Cleveland going back to the basic bread and butter type attack, picking up 8 yards, second down 2. Believe me, as Myron said earlier, they're not dead. This is still a ball game and remains a tense situation, but the crowd is a little quieter. That helps a little. Second down 2 at the 41. Pruitt comes off the eye, shifting to the left. Here's Sipe giving to Pruitt. Pruitt looking for an opening, and he doesn't find it. He was trying to get off the right side, and L.C. Greenwood delayed him. I mean, he really delayed him. He put him right down on the grass. So it's going to be third down and slightly over 1 yard to go. Dave Logan and Reggie Rucker, the wideouts. Ozzie Newsome, the tight end. Deacon, Shepard, DeLeon, Jackson, Darrow, the interior lineman. And now they're switching. Oscar Rohn and Gary Paris coming in to replace Logan and Rucker. They go into a short yardage formation. Calvin Hill is in there. 2 tight ends. Ozzie Newsome will play the wingback. And they're going to take a timeout. Sipe wants to talk it over. Timeout for the Cleveland Brownies down on the field. They're trailing 20-7 in this ball game, and we're in the third period. with 6:47 to go. Time out of the ball game. We'll be right back.
Their 42-yard line.
Look what has happened while we weren't noticing. A big ship has pulled in out here. We didn't even see it. There's been so much excitement.
It wasn't there before?
No, he wasn't there. You could see all the buses before. Looks like one of those big Russian trawlers. Trawler's the wrong word. It's probably a tanker. Lake Erie tanker. All right. Third down. Long yard to go. 2 tight ends. Oh, they moved. They moved. They were going for the long count, and that was on the right side.
Barry Darrow
moved. He moved, and that's going to cost them. Looked like their strategy was try to pull him off again, and they have done that twice, and each time Beeler did it before. So Darrow moved. That cost them 5 yards, and now they bring the wideouts back. And dashing on the field, Robin Cole collided with the official and almost went down. He's in there to replace John Banaszak as we go to 4 linebackers. Slot man right, double wing, wide, I formation. They bring Calvin Hill off the top of the I. Sipe again on the long count, takes this time, stops short, firing long on the near side, and almost intercepted. Boy, that was well played by Blunt as they were going on the near side for Dave Logan. And Blunt was with him. And Logan went over the top of Blunt and brought him down. And Blunt is shaken up now. At the near side of the field, the pass carried inside the 30-yard line. And Blunt had him out of position all the way.
Well, the Steelers chose to pressure Sipe that time. They had the blitz on. They had Robin Cole blitzing and Taves faking a blitz. Now Mel Blunt is on his feet and being led off the field. He appears to be okay. He's walking nicely anyhow. So the Browns will face 4th down and they will have to punt.
All right, Johnny Evans, rookie from North Carolina State. He's had kicks of 18, 36, 34, and 40 yards. Standing at his own 23-yard line. George Perlis coming over quickly on the far side to check on Blunt as Dr. Paul Steele and trainer Ralph Berlin and Bob Miley walk off with him. Line of scrimmage is the 38-yard line. Randy Rudershan and T. Bell are down deep. Evans ready. The sun is out here at Cleveland. Steelers leading 20-7. There's the snap to Evans. They do not put a rush on him. He kicks an end-over-end one. Tough to handle. Down to the Steeler 32, inside the 30, and the Browns on it at the 29. An impossible kick to handle. A 33-yard punt. End-over-end. Now what have we got? Another bit of fisticuffs flaring up.
Well, they didn't go to fisticuffs exactly, but they were about to, but it's quickly broken up. Pieces restored.
What do we measure? Bigger than the world. And I think that we in Pittsburgh should rise up. And when he comes there next Monday night, obviously he did this to draw attention. So let's show him that Pittsburgh will not take any of his stuff. My idea would be for everybody to bring their portable radios, and if we get permission, we would lead a cheer that goes, "We're fed up, Cosell. We love Pittsburgh."
You mean like in that movie Network when everybody sticks his head out the window and yells, "I can't take it anymore," or something like that? Let me think on that.
I've been looking for Captain Showbiz all day to get approval. Here's the handoff. Franco looking for an opening over the left side, doesn't find it. He goes down at the 42-yard line. Ridden down by Mac Mitchell and Gerald Irons. I just think and when they flash on the signboard, welcome to Cosell and all of his, whoever those guys are with him, then we could have everybody boo, and you and I would stand in the booth and lead the boo, you know. Let's show them that we do not appreciate him putting down Pittsburgh or the Panthers or the Steelers or anybody in the tri-state. Won't stand for it.
Okay.
Where are we? 2nd down, 7. Getting fired up again. Bradshaw, quick flip out to Swan, 29, up over the 30, the 35, and he's ridden out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Tony Peters corralled him and brought him out of bounds in front of the Cleveland Browns bench area. Swan lost his helmet in the process. Boy, he's a tough little guy. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
And I believe Bradshaw is now at the 500 mark, 7 for Well, no, 7 for 15.
Right.
So he's improving those stats. They're beginning to look a little more respectable. Mike Nixon of the Browns this week was saying he has arrived as a great, great quarterback.
Mel Blount jammed his shoulder. He should be back in. 1st and 10 at the 40. Bradshaw calling the signals. Wide set in the backfield. Give to Franco, and he found the opening. He's down to the 45 and up to the 46-yard line. Jerry Shirk. Shirk is generally thought of as one of the finest defensive players in football. 9-year veteran from Oklahoma State. And he is a contemporary of John Kolb, who's in his 10th year from Oklahoma State.
And Franco's knee appears to be okay because Dick Ambrose met him, but Franco banged right off Ambrose to pick up a few more yards for a gain of close to 6.
Swan has now caught 34 passes on the year. Hand off to Franco, looks for the opening and then finds it, and they close in on him. He'll get a yard or so. Charlie Hall and Dick Ambrose played it very well. You notice there's a change in the offensive system, and they're not using the fake sweep and the cutback of last week, see? So they changed things. And for the observer who's not on the inside of that, and none of us are really, you don't know the intricacies of why they do this and that. But it's interesting from week to week to see the variations and changes. Stallworth, Swan, and Bell are wide receivers. One back, Harris. Bradshaw in 3rd and 3 at his own 47. Gives it to Franco on a draw. He's going outside of the left over the 50 and dives down to the Cleveland 45-yard line. Tom Darden covered him, but it appeared that Gerald Irons got a hand on him around the ankle and tripped him up. So it's a first down at the Cleveland 45, Pittsburgh leading 20-7.
And it was a good play by Gerald Irons, who had to fight off a block. John Kolb was all over him, but he managed to get a piece of Franco as Franco went by. Otherwise, perhaps a very sizable gain. But in any event, the Steelers do have the first down at the Cleveland 40.
And they're controlling the ball well, Myron. We're down under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Slot right formation. They're either faking the blitz or they're getting ready. They are. Nope, they were faking it. And Harris stopped at the line of scrimmage. Tom Darden, 6-year veteran from Michigan. Darden, an articulate young man. We listened to him in an interview this past week, and I thought that he handled a lot of things very well when he was asked about the lack of a call on the fumble play and the Cleveland fans and that sort of thing. Been here 6 years. Wideouts both ways for the Steelers, 2nd down, 10. Now they shift Blyer into the slot to the left. And Bradshaw fires out to Stallworth in the left flat. He's over the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30. Got a blocker. Grossman going for him down to the 15. Caught on the sideline and wheeled out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Clarence Scott and Tony Peters. They were looking for a flanker screen, and they hit Stallworth, and Stallworth took off like a deer. They will mark the ball at the 9-yard line where he was pushed out of bounds.
A gain of 36 yards, and if Grossman could have applied the block to Tony Peters, why, school would have been out, and Stallworth would have gone all the way, but Grossman could not deliver that block, so the Steelers still have 9 yards to travel for a touchdown.
Stall gets his first catch of the afternoon, his 20th of the season. First down 10 at the Browns' 9-yard line. Bradshaw drops back. Throwing into the end zone out to the right for Swan. Intercepted. Nope. Knocked down. Clarence Scott maneuvered in front of Lynn Swan. He read that one all the way. And it looked as though he might make the interception. But he knocked it down, and it will be 2nd down 9.
Heck of a play by Swan preventing the interception because he had that ball in his mitts, and Swan knocked it out of his mitts.
2 minutes and 58 seconds on a stop clock. Municipal Stadium in Cleveland. Myron Cope and Jack Fleming with the Steeler radio crew. And here's Bradshaw to Blyer. Blyer breaks over the middle and drives right down inside the 1-yard line. He hit the turf right near the goal line, and Tom Darden upended him. Boy, they opened a hole up. Davis, Webster, and Mullins in that territory. And Blyer skittered through there And the old Golden Domer took it right down to the goal line.
You betcha that Steeler offensive line opened up a big hole for Rocky over the right side, and Darden was just barely able to block tackle him and send him flying, and he landed just inches short of that goal line.
Steve Corson, Ted Peterson in there, 2 tight ends. Peterson to the left, Moon Mullins to the right, and Grossman is the wingback, and the give is to Blyer, and he slides off the right side, goes in standing up. They had knocked down Robert Jackson. They had knocked down Clarence Scott. He ran right over Scott into the end zone, and the Steelers are on the board again. Rocky Blyer from 1 yard out in a magnificent drive of 71 yards. The Steelers move to a 26-7 lead over the Cleveland Browns. Greg Colquitt holding. Girella going for the field goal at the goal to our right. Ball is down. Roy kicks it. It is good. Pittsburgh 27, the Cleveland Browns 7.
And yet another long drive by that Steeler offense, which has been just amazing the way they have been able to control the football this year. That drive, as Jack told you, was 71 yards. Coming into this game, they had been averaging, get this, 64.7 yards a drive, and that's pretty, well, it's almost phenomenal. And it's such an important part of football when you can just watch that clock tick away while you've got your hands on the football and the other team is sitting there wondering when they're going to get on the attack. It's so important, and the Steelers have been doing that to one team and another this season. So, okay, it's 27-7, and the Steelers are beginning to look in pretty good shape here. You've got to say that. There are 2 minutes and 12 seconds left in the third quarter, and it'll take a heck of a rally by the Cleve Brownies to get back into this football game. They barely had the football in this third quarter.
Tell you what, when I'm out here, though, I don't feel good till the victory's wrapped up and I'm on the turnpike, cruising along over there about Gallipolis or wherever you go to. Warren.
Gallipolis?
Myron, if we win this one, we're going to go down after the game and have a milkshake together. I'll tell you, it's been an afternoon. Here is Girella. High, wobbly, down into the end zone. Right, coming out. The 5, the 10, the 15. He's ridden down at the 17-yard line. Tony Dungy and Randy Rudershan, shoulder to shoulder. We won't argue. It appeared that Rudershan got the strongest contact, but those two youngsters were right there, shoulder to shoulder.
You betcha. That's good special teams play, because Rudershan had the outside blocked off, and here came Dungy angling in from the other side, and they hit the guy simultaneously, and they stopped the return at the 11 to make it the 16-yard line.
First down, 10 yards to go for the Cleveland Browns at their own 17. Out of the eye, pitch back goes to Calvin Hill, and Hill comes over the left side and then is brought down at the 20-yard line. Calvin Hill carrying the football, brought down by Dennis Winston, aided by Joe Green at the 20. Gain of about 3 yards on the play, second down 7. Jack Ham playing again. Lambert out for the afternoon, not hurt, ejected. He got a little upset. Rejected and dejected. Dennis Winston is playing in his stead and doing a good job. Here's the I formation. Brian Sight calling the signals for the Cleveland Browns. Gives it to the top of the I to Hill. Finds the opening over the left side. Up to the 25. And is held and brought down at the 30-yard line. Mike Wagner had him to the ankle. Holding on for dear life. And Calvin takes it to the 31-yard line. First down number 12 for Cleveland.
Steve Furness into the ball game, replacing John Banaszak at tackle. Bit of a puzzle for Furness being relegated to the second team now that he's back from his injury.
Strong right formation. They shift out of the I. Here's the handoff, and they got something going. Advancing the ball up to the 35, and Mike Pruitt is the carrier. Dennis Winston brought him down. They've been waiting for Mike Pruitt to really come into his own. He plays as a backup to Cleo Miller. And the youngster from Purdue. He's just a strong runner. We have not seen Larry Collins this afternoon. The rookie from Texas A&I got his first touchdown last week in the victory over New Orleans. Here's the give to Calvin Hill. Running nicely, puts his head down and bucks up over the 40, and he brings it to the 42-yard line. Dennis Winston gets the tackle. And that should be a first down. It is. So the Browns are running it on the ground, and I like that because that's running out the clock, and we're at the end of the third quarter with a score. Pittsburgh 27, Cleveland 7.
I should point out that the Browns are not, if they lose today and fall 3 games back, they will not be counting themselves out at all, because they know very well that there are this year 2 wild card teams in each conference, and they'll figure that they have a very good shot of making the playoffs, even though 3 games behind the Steelers, and that of course is correct. But golly, for the Steelers to have that 3-game lead going into a 3-game homestand, well, what that spells is divisional title and home field advantage in the playoff, and it's mighty important.
I was going to say, you know, if we get this victory, it'd be a fine time for a big crowd of people to turn out at the airport tonight and greet the Steelers, but they wouldn't be there. You got to turn out at the Trailways station. They're traveling.
They won't be there either.
The friendly highways. They won't be there either. They come to Three Rivers, due in there at about between 8 and 8:30. Here's Sipe dropping back. Throwing, got the man coming out of the backfield, and he hits Mike Pruitt, and Pruitt goes down and then gets up and is knocked down at the 47 by Jack Ham and Lauren Taves. So they go to Pruitt coming out of the backfield, and they pick up 6 yards, second down, and 4 yards to go.
That is Sipe's, that's only his second pass of the second half. His first one having been intercepted.
Sipe sets them in the I formation. Second down, 4. Shifts them out of the I. Wide set. Gives the ball to Mike Pruitt, trying to get outside of the left. He is corralled and ridden down at the 50 by Lauren Taves. Lauren Taves going after him. Taves shaken up now. Dennis Winston gave help on the play. And Robin Cole is up and alerted. And they're going to let Taves stay in there. Boy, oh boy, has he come on this year. He's taken a lot of abuse.
Oh boy, he is. So many people are saying, I was wrong about Lauren Taves. Everybody's admitting it.
He is a super young man. Strong right formation. The shift off of the I. Rucker is right. Logan is left. And the give is straight into the middle. And Mike, is that Mike Pruitt wiggling in there? He may have the first down. Looked as though he was stopped, and he gave it a fine second effort. Joe Green, Lauren Taves, Steve Furness. Mark it at the Pittsburgh 48. First down, Cleveland's 14. Let's look at him again. Greenwood, Green, Furness, and White up front. Furness, the 7-year veteran from Rhode Island, who was injured in the warm-up for the opening game of Buffalo when his ankle was stepped on. Sipe is back. Sipe throwing down the middle. Leaping catch by Ozzie Newsome, the Wizard of Oz, makes the great catch at the 31, and he's knocked down by Mike Wagner and Jack Ham. Boy, they have got a prospect there. 6'2", 225, and he goes up. And that is a 17-yard reception and a first down.
Ozzie Newsome out of Alabama, number 1 draft pick. And that was some kind of catch. You know who's playing good against the run today? The Mad Dog is Dwight White. He's playing a bang-up game against the run.
4-3 with a backer pulled up on each flank. Winston in the middle. Sipe goes back. They're not getting to him. Green almost had him. Fires, and it is incomplete. At the 17-yard line. The pass was to Mike Pruitt, and Lauren Taves hit him. The ball bounced up in the air and fell down incomplete, as Taves put a good strong hit on Pruitt. 21 passes thrown, 13 of them completed, many of them for short yardage. They've had 2 intercepted, one by Blunt, one by Wagner. Blunt getting his second interception, and Mike his first of the season. Cleveland moving left to right in the final period at the Steeler 30-yard line. 12:25 to play in the ballgame. Pittsburgh leading 27-7. Here's Sipe looking, then throwing short down to the 25. Juggled there by Pruitt. I think he held on to it as he was hit behind. He juggled it long enough. He got no additional yardage. They give him the 24-yard line, and Taves came up and wrapped him at that point. So it's a 6-yard gainer. Second down, third down and 4. 14th reception out of 22 passes, and Mike Pruitt has caught 2. Greg Pruitt has caught 1. All right, they split the tight end. They have Logan split left. It looked like Rucker started early. Here's Sipe throwing, and he overthrows Newsom. Newsom double covered by Donnie Shell and Mike Wagner going into the end zone, running straight down the middle. And Reggie Rucker jumped the snap.
And Sipe himself was starting early, backing away from the snap before he got it. So you knew he was going to throw the football. And, of course, after starting this drive with the ground game, he has now gone almost exclusively to the pass, which is dictated because he doesn't want to eat up that clock. He needs time.
Pittsburgh apparently is going to decline the penalty. Illegal procedure. It is declined. So that will be an incomplete pass in the record book. 4th down and 4. Cleveland has no choice but to go for it at this point. At the Steeler 24-yard line. Sipe has his setbacks wide. Everybody's going downfield. Sipe whips it hard to the 18-yard line, caught by Cleo Miller. Came out of the backfield, made an abrupt cut in, and he has enough for the first down at the 19, penalty marker down. Tackle made by Dennis Dirt Winston. Here's the signal, holding call against Pittsburgh. Defensive holding. Put the ball right where it is. They can either take it or leave it. It'll be a first down either way, right on the same spot. In fact, they're better off to decline to get extra inches, I think. Here's the signal, defensive holding, and they do decline. So they get a completed pass. Their 15th. Miller caught it, and that is the 16th first down for the Browns at the Steeler 19. 27-7 in favor of Pittsburgh. 11:31 to play. Slot right formation. Sipe stays in the pocket, throws the end zone. Rucker is there, and he takes it for the touchdown. Rucker out beyond Donnie Shell, right at the post. And Reggie Rucker pulls it in on a 19-yard strike. Brian Sipe to Reggie Rucker. Well, Rucker has not been a big factor in the ball game to this point. He had caught one pass earlier. But he is tough. The Steelers will tell you that. 6-year veteran from Oklahoma.
And that time the Browns sent not only Reggie Rucker, but Keith Wright as well toward the post.
Right, they were coming in together.
Yeah, and Shell was having to cover Rucker, wasn't able to do it as Johnson had Keith Wright. So here comes the extra point attempt.
Rucker's 19th catch and his 4th touchdown catch. Extra point try by Don Cockcroft is good. So the Steeler lead stands at 27-14, and we'll be right back. Larry Anderson is down deep. Cockcroft has it teed up at the 35. He'll kick off left to right. The sun shining brightly. Here comes Cockcroft, and it sails downfield, and Anderson chases after it on a high bounce at the 4. And he's up over the 10, trying to get outside. 2 men after him. Now a whole bunch have him at the 15. Down he comes. Ricky Jones on the hit. They're trying to uncover Larry. And there he is at the 15-yard line. Also underneath Ricky Feature. Feature has been another very consistent force on the coverage this afternoon for the Cleveland Browns. Now you've got to take the football and move it. Harrison Blyer, the running backs. Bradshaw with Swan and Stallworth wide. Gives it to Rocky. Had the hole over the left side, and it closed up quickly. Gerald Irons and Tony Peters saw what was developing. And they read it and closed in on Blyer at the 17. 2-yard gain, second down 8.
And if Rocky could have cut inside quickly, he might have made some good yardage, but he doesn't have that quick cutting ability that Franco Harris has, and of course few people do.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Pittsburgh at its own 17-yard line. Stallworth to the near side, Swan to the far side. Swan's the flanker. Wide set in the backfield. Here's Bradshaw to Harris. Harris cuts inside a block, comes up over the 20 and goes down at the 22-yard line. Franco Harris on a tackle by Gerald Irons and Tom Darden. Gerald Irons, 6'2", 230, plays the right side linebacker position for the Brownies. Blyer goes off the field, and T. Bell comes back as the third wide receiver. Third down and 3. And the crowd coming alive. This time Swan to the right, Stallworth slotted to the right, Bell to the left. Franco, single setback. Here's Bradshaw back there, looking, throwing, and it's incomplete. Stallworth went down and over. Tony Peters diving in front of him. Would have liked to have had the interception. It's an incomplete pass, and now punting time.
Peters was playing the interception, I do believe. Bradshaw has not thrown one today. He threw only 5 in the first 6 games. That's terrific. And this has hurt the Browns. They haven't been able to get that turnover. It's frustrating to you when the guy simply is throwing no interceptions.
Craig Colquitt standing at his own 9-yard line. The punt will carry right to left. Keith Wright is deep. Here's Colquitt. They do not give him a rush. Hangs it up in the wind, angling to the near side at the 37. Pulled in by Wright. He's over the 40. Caught by the jersey and slammed down by Randy Rudershan at the 43.5-yard line. 42-yard punt. And Rudershan grabbed him by the shoulders and whipped him down to the turf. Cleveland has the football. And Steelers football continues after this timeout.
Well, the Philadelphia Eagles have upset the Washington Redskins 17-10. The Redskins had been one of the league's 3 undefeated teams. And I see that Buffalo is out in front of the Houston Oilers at the halftime, 10-7. Green Bay 35, Seattle 28. Seattle coming back. That's in the fourth quarter. St. Louis in the third period leading the Dallas Cowboys 14-7. Would you ever have believed that? Bud Wilkinson making a comeback.
First down, 10, Cleveland at its own 43. 3 wideouts, including the tight end. Sipes pass blocked. Joe Green, I believe. Shoulder to shoulder with Steve Furness. They were in there, and up went the arm, and down with the ball.
I couldn't see which one of them got it, but one of them did. You're right. They were both on top of Sipe, and this is a critical stage of the game for the Steelers defense. Sure, the Steelers got a nice 13-point lead, but of course simple mathematics tell you that the Browns need 2 touchdowns to win this ball game, and they've got 9 minutes and 37 seconds. That's enough time, so this is an important Steeler defensive stand.
All right, the defense is set. 4 down linemen. Taves is picking up the wide out to the far side. Sipe drops back. Screen pass to the left, pulled in by Cleo Miller over the 40, the 45, flag down, 50, and to the Steeler 47.5-yard line. L.C. Greenwood was clipped, and he is injured.
Robert Jackson was the guy who did the clipping, the pulling guard. L.C. now up on his feet.
Boy, people gripe and talk and carry on about dirty play and this and that. It's not dirty play, it's just intense play, and you see it in any game on either side. The Browns have thrown a couple of good clips. Who did they get early? They got
Jack Ham, knocked him out of the game for a while.
From the 43, they're marking off 15 yards, a personal foul clipping back to the 28-yard line. And that's a critical error on the part of the Browns. All right, the call against Cleveland, and the Browns now look at second down 25.
9 minutes, 28 seconds remaining, and when we get down to the final minutes, remember the Browns have used up one of their timeouts. They only have 2 left.
Furness comes out, and Tony Dungy is in as an extra defensive back. Second down, 25. Sipe from his own 28-yard line wants to throw again. Chased out of the pocket. Running to the right. Now heaves one to the near side and broken up beautifully at the 45-yard line by Donnie Shell. They hit it on the money to Reggie Rucker at the 45, and Shell geared it perfectly as Rucker took the ball. He hit him from the rear and broke it up.
You betcha. Nice play by the Torpedo, coming up over the top. So the Browns, third down and 25 yards to go.
Big play. You know, if you can shut them off here and make them punt and then get good field position after the punt, then you got them with the horns for the moment.
You betcha. You betcha.
All right, Sipe with wideouts both ways. He has Newsom split out about 4 yards. Sipe is back there. He's got time. Green fighting to get to him. Now Sipe comes out of the pocket. Now he's running around back to the left. He's still looking, throwing downfield, and it is caught by Rucker coming back near the 50. Runs all the way back to the 46 and is knocked down. Wowee. Reggie Rucker was floating around. Somebody made a play for the ball, couldn't reach it. He caught it at the 50, came back, and Dennis Winston and Jack Ham knocked him down at the Cleveland 46.5-yard line.
He was close to making those sticks where he caught the football, but he came back the other way, so he misses the first down by 7 yards, and it's fourth down with the Browns presumably. Well, I don't know. No, they're not going to punt.
Fourth down and 6. They're going to go for it. Dungy goes off the field. Furness is back. All right, Rucker is back there. Here comes LC trying to get to him. And he fires downfield, and it is incomplete at the 30-yard line. Ozzie Newsom on a diving try covered by Lauren Taves. Could not control the ball. Incomplete.
Exactly. He had that football, but he was juggling it, and Taves took him out from under it. Taves gave him a big hit, and he should have been caught. And the Browns would have really been in scoring 25-yard line, but as it is, they turn the ball over to Steelers at the Cleveland 47, and we'll be right back. Behaving pretty well.
Great field position. Got a football game resuming down there at the 47-yard line in Cleveland territory. The Steelers take it over after the fourth down play failed. Bradshaw giving it to Blyer, finds the opening and slides through there and is brought down by Jerry Shirk around the ankles at the Cleveland 42-yard line. So he gains about 4 yards, second down and 6. Our next broadcast, a week from Monday night, Houston. So as we said, I'd like you to bring your radios out that night and see if we can get something going this next week. If we don't, we'll just wave at you. You'll be fired up, won't you, Myron?
Ah, you betcha.
Wideouts both ways. Bradshaw, quick flip out to Swan at the 45. He's over the 40, the 35, and out of bounds on the far side of the field. Tony Peters made the play. Randy Grossman gave him an outstanding block out there that sprung him for the yardage.
Also, Ray Penny. It was a two-man screen. They were 2 against 2. They both did their job. The play picks up the first down at the Cleveland 32-yard line. Put these Browns away, will you? That's the ticket right now. Put them away.
Swan's 35th catch of the season. Bradshaw's now 9 for 19 in our unofficial figures. Blyer's in a close slot on the left side in a wing position. Quick flip comes out to Stallworth. Screen forms. He's over the 30, the 25, the 20 on his own. Cuts across the 15. He's to the 5. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A flanker screen to the left side. Stallworth using that screen. Down below, Webster shakes hands with Sam Davis. And those were the guys that figured they sprung him. And then he angled to the far side. He had Swan coming over to give him a block if he needed it. He didn't need it. Touchdown, Steelers.
Oh, and what a nice move Stallworth made on Clarence Scott. Left him falling on his face in the infield dirt as Scott came up to attempt a tackle. The Steelers hitting the screen to the right side, then coming right back with it on the next play and hitting it to the left side. Stallworth is tough when he's got that football. A difficult guy to bring down.
It's now 33-14. The ball is down. Jarrella kicks it. It is good. 34-14.
And there will be merry folks driving the turnpike tonight back to Pittsburgh. All the merrier if they happen to be giving the well, never mind that, Cope. The Steelers are home free. I would think it's fair to say, with a 20-point lead, 34-14, 7.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. That was nifty strategy on the Steelers' part. They just came right back at the Browns with that same screen pass that they had thrown to the other side on the previous play. And when you can shake that Stallworth loose in the secondary, he's not only an elusive and swift man, but he is also a guy who bounces off tackles. He's not easy to bring down at all. So it was a 22-yard touchdown pass, Terry Bradshaw to John Stallworth, and Bradshaw is having another splendid day. Franco Harris now has what? Oh, what are you pointing out to me, Lou?
32 yards.
Oh, the touchdown pass was 32 yards? I'm sorry, I said 22. Okay, it's still good for 6 points, 7 counting the extra point.
How many yards did the Swan play carry on the screen right? That was a 10-yarder. They went right for 10 yards, left Stallworth for 32 yards, and the TD. Roy Gerela, who is just kicking perfection. That's all. He is a picture.
And of course, earlier in the ball game, Bradshaw had thrown a touchdown pass to Lynn Swan. So he's in with 2 touchdown passes today, and he keeps destroying enemy secondaries.
Right to left. Here is Gerela kicking it. Down to the 8. Here comes Keith Wright. Out over the 20, the 25. Runs into trouble at the 30 and sinks down to the turf. Well, by golly, Robin Cole came up with a football. Cole started running. He was whistled down. He did a little dance. Now Cole is upset. He can't afford to get thrown out. Cole turned around to talk to somebody and had his hands on the official's back. The official was bending over to pick up the ball. And Robin was leaning on him like he was leaning on a table at a board of directors meeting. Mark Miller is on. The rookie from Bowling Green. Vitigliano is going to try a new combination. Miller came on for one play early. I think he was sacked. He's back there looking, throwing to the open man coming out of the backfield at the 35. That's Mike Pruitt. They give them that little short shot, and Ron Johnson makes the play on Pruitt.
If you read between Sam Ritigliano's lines, you have little doubt that Mark Miller is the quarterback of the future here in Cleveland. He talks about the necessity of getting him game action.
That's his first pass, according to their stats.
Well, he has been in ball games very briefly, but in any event, Ritigliano this past week particularly had been talking of the importance of getting him in there.
So he'd been used as a running-type quarterback, and that was his first pass throw, and here's a handoff. Fumble on the play. Mike Pruitt coughed it up, diving for the ball, and it goes over to Cleveland. Cleveland maintains it. Jack Ham standing there shaking his hands in despair. So is that a 4th or 5th fumble for the Browns? Stats become meaningless when you start enjoying this ball game. Greenwood is out. Beasley is in. Green is out. Gary Dunn is in. Perness and Banaszak. So Beasley is playing the defensive left end. Young man from Virginia Tech. Gary Dunn, left tackle. Steve Perness, right tackle. John Banaszak, right end. And we've got Mark Miller rolling left, looking, throwing. There's Rucker at Pittsburgh 35. Takes it, breaks a tackle. Running to his right, back to his left. And is brought down at the 32.5-yard line on a tackle by Mike Wagner. Dennis Winston had a shot at him. Wow. Winston had a shot, and Wagner brought him down at the still ever senses. Let's pause for
Pittsburgh, all 50 W.
Who was used sparingly in the first half, caught 1 pass. He's added 3 in the second half. He's got 4 completions. And Mark Miller is back. Now he's running. Look out, the 35, the 30, heading for the sideline and out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Mel Blunt on the coverage over there.